Like you want good,
it's more
do you want good leadership? Yes,
we definitely want good leadership,
but you must have leaders, good leaders for it to make sense.
But I think it'll come to that point when it comes.
Yeah.
But don't you think it's going to be too late? We angalia for Ruto to be president alianza ku campaign 2013.
Sisi hatu campaign ni movement ya kutoa serikali.
You do know this is a political movement, right? Ama you're still in denial that this is economic?
This is a national movement.
But is it a political movement?
In what aspect? Abu?
What are you fighting for?
You're fighting
good
for
governance. Is good governance political? Iko Nini. Episode 343 tukisema like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend to tell a friend, sindio?
Yeah.
Na leo tuko na msee fulani ule nishamtaja hapa mara kadhaa kwa show. Kuna time yao tutandika. So tutandikaga hapa. Anaitwa POLO KIMANI.
Okay.
Pia ni Iko Nini fan. Buda, asante. Kuna time naaga umeturepresentia, so nashukuru. But apart from that, of course, POLO KIMANI ni one of the people who are at the forefront this RUTO must go movement. Kawa tu nafikiria RAPCHA iko hapo, si ndio wako hapo yani.
They're taking the beating for us.
Uko umepatikana ukatandikwa tukabonga juu yako kwa podcast. Ilikuwa which date was that? Kusikuna time nilichekicho nilikuwa una limp jo ulipatikana na serikali ya William Samoei.
No, I can't quite remember the date specifically. But I think ilikuanga Thursday fulani hapo nishiko asubuhi sana iliniuma.
Walipata kijani ama?
Zizi nilikuwa tao.
Kwa streets.
Kwa streets, of course. That's where mimi in fact watu wanadhanianga sinanga job. Kazi yangu tu ni kukaa kwa nyumba ningoje maandamano. But I've chosen to die for this country. To do what is necessary, what I can do. So I think ilikuwa Thursday. I'm not sure if it Thursday or Tuesday. But hiyo ndio day tulishikangwa. I think itu saa 6 hivi saa 7. Kabla hata ninusetia gaspoa.
So walikushikia wapi?
Pale Moi Avenue. They actually took my phone. So hata si mimi walishika simu yangu wakasema kama nataka kwenda enda.
Okay.
But I couldn't do that now. Nikamwambia wewe fanya hivi. In fact msialinishika nikazama kafupi hivi. I could have combated him juu hata alikuwa na civilian, but you know for a civilian to arrest you he has to show you a warrant. Hakuwa na hiyo. Alikamtua akananyang'anya simu and there were GSU officers behind him. So after amemwacha kidogo I think of kupita na huyo jamaa I see he has a pistol. So nikajua hapa nikicheza mbaya anaweza
kuangusha.
Anaweza niangusha. So I just follow him to the ile lori yao. Kuna lori walikuwa wamepaka hapo koja. So hapo ndio akaniingiza hapo ndani, goes through my phone. Videos to me record nini he deletes them. Luckily I know he was looking for more information regarding the awareness I've been making regarding the minerals.
Yes.
Yeah.
But nilikuwa nimeziweka mahali tu it's very hard to access for a common person like him.
Yeah.
So I delete videos, he gives me my phone. Tukaingizwa kwa lori. Hapo ndo beating ikaanza.
Kwa lori tu?
Kwa lori mlalishwa chini kama manyoka. Mnaekwa tu. Mlikuwa mnaandamana. Kwanza there was a guy they brought. Na jamaa alikuwa amejipaka Colgate kwa macho.
Yes.
Ya kupunguza.
Ya kupunguza.
Si karau, ni raia mwingine tu walishika.
Yes.
So akasema afande mimi si kwa maandamano. Ati mimi nilikuwa tu napita. Akaambia tunatudanganya nini wewe ni komanda. Wewe ndio komando. Unajua alikuwa amejipaka hizo nini? So akamnyeshia marungu au huyo jamaa alimfinya mbaya sana. Kuna climax unafikanga ya kutandikwa. Mpaka hata machozi itoki.
Screaming silence.
Na tunacheka victims.
So wakamfinya. No, from hapo, the real beating happened. Kuna mahali tulipigwa transfer kwa lori number 2. Ya kutupeleka station sasa. Now that one ilikuwa imejaa civilian cops, but they have guns and they have rungus. Now wakatuambia angalieni mbele, angalia TV. Jamani uliza TV kwa wapi? Hapa ndo alimnyeshea huyo. They started with him. TV ni huko mbele, there's a certain window kadogo tu. Unaona huko mbele. So hapo ndo tulifinywa. There was a certain girl I was with in the same lorry. They broke her 2 phones and now they broke my phone. Hapo ndo walivunjia simu yangu. Now from there I became numb. Hata naiko pipe za kichwa, I can't feel shit. Because now sijui kama ni adrenaline ama nini.
Adrenaline, yes.
You become nichapeni vile mnataka sasa because I can't feel anything. So,
na ukiongea juu breaking a phone, are they doing it intentionally?
Yes, okay. Intentionally. Ndo simu yako leta hapa unaekesha. You know the what happened now? Simu yangu ilikuwa simu ya titanium, it was an iPhone 14 Pro. So alichapisha tu chini once, ikabenda, ikavunjika. Now the same effort he used to break that phone. The same effort alikuwa anatumia kuweka na rungwe. So you can imagine the magnitude of that impact. So there's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So titanium and bones.
Titanium and bones.
So wapeleka police station gani? Mlikuwa central nyinyi?
Asiara tu kujua tuko wapi juu tuko tumeangalia TV hizo. Tujifara tu tunatoka tuko Kamkunji. But after kufika huko kuna raia moja tulipata ati alishikwa akitembea hapo. Akamurusha ndani. So tukamuuliza hapa ni wapi, akatuambia hapa ni Central. So the rest of us had no idea where we were going. But after kuingia hapo, it was a long night.
Yeah.
Especially mimi nimeshikwa mara kadhaa but sijailala. But I was sleeping there for the first time. Ni normal. Because mnaamka hivi mkidhani ni saa 8 kumbe ni saa 4 bado.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously the night has to be long, eh?
Yeah, and cold. Alafu melala chini. Kuna wengine hawana mashati, so now you have to sleep in a certain position to make sure wase wamefeel warm there. That's why I made that joke about mlala kawa watu mko kwa kiberiti, you know. Mlala hivyo umejipanga. Kama mnataka kupenduka inafika masaa mnapenduka.
Ni wote.
Yeah.
Okay, damn.
Unapeana joto you get.
Yeah. Unajua kitu funny ni unatupatia story moja sad but in a funny way which is sasa huo dem alisurviveaje? Na mnaseparatiwa madem na maboy?
Yeah, we were separated.
Okay.
Kuna cell different.
Okay. So kuna the infamous pictures so ukilimp. Hii sasa kuzio nilikuwa nafikisa mko mnapelekwa Central. Hiyo time ilikuwa what was happening?
Hiyo time tulikuwa naenda hapa City Hall. You know unajua uchungu sasa inakujanga after ukisha settle. Na hapo sasa asubuhi ndo tulianza kukasikizia. Tukapelekwa Central. Na sasa hapo nikiruka lorry. Ndio I think hiyo video it was taken.
Okay.
Juu nilikuwa hali mbaya zaidi.
Na ili happen after ama before the engagement with the president? Paul nimepoteza rada. Nimepoteza the dates, Nauliza hii beating was it after the Twitter X engagement ama president?
It was after of course.
After ile nini yake na Utero.
Juu hapo hakuna kitu alikuwa na. It's like alikuwa tu amekuja kujiuliza maswali alafu waende. Nothing ilikuwa resolved. It was just him coming to say I'm next now, let me go. Hakuna kitu alitusaidia nayo hapo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Na hii nini? History ya Utero. Will Utero ever redeem himself mbele nyinyi wase mulisuffer after your engagement?
You know, it's a hard I don't know what to say because people have died, people have lost lives. And you are there thinking about yourself. But for Utero, I think alikuwa underestimate the stretch hii movement inaweza songa. I'm thinking according to him, maybe he had even thought he was our leader or something. He was leading everybody else since his spaces were the ones having 100,000 listeners. So I think ile nini delusion ilimwingia kwa kichwa. Now he thinks if I make certain decisions, people will just cope with that because, you know, I'm out here. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So from up, I think I don't think he'll ever. Hata kaa unajua hatuwezi sawa sasa.
Yes.
We'll always remind you because I think more than 200 and juzi niliona pale walikuwa nasema kuna 240 unidentified bodies.
Yes. Walisema pale City Mortuary.
Yeah, City Mortuary.
Like the figures are unusually high, yeah?
Yeah, unajua kitu walikuwa wanafanya, walikuwa wanaficha hizi bodies, wanazileta late ama wanazileta wanazieka accident. So it's hard to identify walikuwa kwa maandamano ama nini. But a lot of people died, and that's something. And go ahead and think about just yourself. Not everyone mse alikuwa na job poa, sijui mbona nini ilimuingia. Sijui because you have hosted him, yes, ndio.
Yes, utero ni mse na muheshimu kabisa. That's why even when he hosted it, I'll be honest, I was not against it that much. Did I feel like the questions were soft? Yes, I feel like the questions were soft. Did I feel like he himself tried? I'll try, but I felt like the mistake was also the mainstream media was given a chance to ask questions. Nani tena? I think even kuallow mse kama Alai, because Alai is a politician, yes? So this was not supposed to be about politicians asking questions. So kulikuwa na hizo things that I didn't like about that. But also, I'm not part of the X community. Nyinyi unajua X ni nyinyi.
Yeah.
So the fact that mlikuwa msha agree that amfai kuifanya, and then he did it, now I understood why mulifeel ni betrayal. Sisi from the outside looking in. Yeah.
Unajua like hosting a president is not something you just make a call. Ni aje preso, hebu join space yangu sai. It's something that has a process.
Yes.
So ni kitu walikuwa wamepanga for a long time. Akajiekea. I'm even now suspicious nani aliabduct mse. Mse alitoa wapi time ya kuandika number plates za gari imemwabduct. You see there's a lot of bullshit.
TV.
Ati anaitisha remote. Ati walimkidnap kana mnyaganya remote. You see the lot of shit we are dealing with here. Because now you start wondering mbona useme ulikidnapiwa. And the end game ilikuwa gani?
But sasa mkiaccuse of Tero of not being kidnapped, are you also saying the same about Billy? Because Billy is the reason why watu walianza kufollow Tero. Because now where is Billy? Ile time nani alijoin? Sijaisa how your space. That space was iconic, eh? Ile time ilikuwa nani ile? Amerix akiwa pale. Aaron, fuck you. You're such an iconic nini. So I feel the fact that after nyi kwanza kudoubt Tero mlianza kudoubt Billy, I feel like that was not good. But you also doubt Billy, President Nairobi. Do you doubt that he was kidnapped?
Now, here's the thing. Who found Billy?
Billy alipikiwa na nani? Alipikiwa na Faith.
From where? Police station?
Ilikuwa petrol station. Walikama wakamwangusha, wakapigia nani kuja uchukue mtu.
Now you see kuna blanks mingi sana, kuna dots mingi sana zinahitaji kukua joined. Because now hii story inaweza kuwa kweli, inaweza kuwa uongo.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about Otero. Wewe ulipata wapi time ya kuandika number plate za gari za gari ya watu wanakuja kukidnap? Wewe ulitoa wapi courage or the balls to host the same person who orchestrated your kidnapping? What is wrong with you?
But it could be like it's a political problem, so it needed a political solution. Because the same argument can be made for mse kama Raila kukaa chini na Moi, even after Moi doing all that to him.
No, Otero needed to consult us. And uliza waseme mnaonaje. Because now when you go now making your own decisions, thinking that everybody has the same mindset as yours, that's insane.
Yes.
Hiyo ni ulafi. That's why they ask the rumor of him being paid. I don't know if he was paid. I don't know if he wasn't paid.
Yes.
But the atmosphere is dusty. So when he doesn't come out and talk about it, people now will come up with their own ideas or conclusions. Or maybe what he's hiding is much worse than what, we know. That's why he hasn't talked about it. Because kuna mchezo mingi nachezwa sana hapa.
And don't you feel like easy in fighting zenyu za Twitter zinaleta shida? Because like right now, another person who's been accused of being a sellout ni Hanifa. You opinion yako on Hanifa ni?
No,
she a sellout?
How is she a sellout? Has she sold out? I mean, she's doing the best she can to facilitate wale wasi casualties were the rogue police.
Okay.
How is she selling anyone out? It doesn't make any sense. These are just kuna watu wanajaribu kuplant hizo seeds. This is what Itumbi does. Itumbi ni mse amesomea hizi macoms so there's that idea of they try to change your mindset kama ni post yako they flood that post with opinions making you wanna weigh down the weight of your tweet.
Yes.
So hiyo ndio psychology wanacheza hapo. So that's why hii ni time poa sana kukuwa na critical thinking to make your own analysis of things. That's what I say. So Hanifa being a sellout, total bullshit.
Yeah. Because the reason I'm asking if Hanifa is a sellout is the person who pushes that narrative, number one, according to any none.
It's GAITHO.
And is GAITHO a sellout?
GAITHO is a lot of things, because even when you look at the day they were protesting in Thika, he comes out with his own t-shirt written GAITHO for MP. What the hell are you doing?
Alikuwa GAITHO for MP?
Yeah, alikuwa amevaa GAITHO for MP. I mean, have that photo.
Okay.
So GAITHO is trying, sielewi shida nini, because he has also called me a sellout by virtue of I'm trying to distract people by telling them akina Ruto, akina Uhunye, akina Obado, they have been stealing our minerals and selling them to the Arabians.
Yes.
And the Chinese. Wanapocket you do it. How is that distracting anyone? Si nafaa kufuel rage. Now how am I a sellout? Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. So GAITHO anafaa chunguzwe sana. I'm not calling him a sellout. I don't want to mention staki kumweka kwa any angle, but ni poa sana kukuwa na critical thinking. Make your own analysis of people.
Because to me, I've not used that term critical thinking, but it comes to that. Kuswali ni, why would Ruto pay Hanifa and Boniface Mwangi for them to come out and say Ruto must go? Like, critical thinking should just tell you that makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense, man.
But he insists on it so many times mpaka nashindwa. So nilikuwa nakuuliza this infighting, because there's a lot of infighting happening on X. Because to me, if you had to ask me, one of the reasons why the protests became that big was because of X. Sindio?
Yeah.
Because I think this infamous what is it called? This infamous Twitter space happened weekend, kama Saturday, then Tuesday, kukaja 25th, everyone was there.
No, actually the first protest were big, yeah?
Yes.
No, the second one after wase kuona, oh, this is really happening.
Yes.
We need to come out. No, the second one was ile ilikuwa kubwa. Hiyo ndio I think wase wali occupy parliament.
I see parliament ilikuwa by the third. That was the
by
third.
the third, eh?
That was the third protest. So kulikuwa na 18th, sindio? 18th ilijaa kiasi, sindio? Then 20th ikajaa more than 18th. Then on 22nd Saturday mukahave hizo space zenyu. So after hizo space zenyu mka enrage. Sasa nyinyi ndio mlipush the fire. Like mseka mimi sikuwa mtu wa streets. Till nisikie, Aaron, fuck you. Then nani akajoin hapo, anaitwa nani? Murkomen akambo, you are one of the most corrupt motherfuckers I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, they deserve
when
that
we
shit.
had that, ilifanya sisi wote tukafeel like we need to come out, sindio?
Yeah.
Then on the 25th we all came out.
Yeah.
And ikafika hiyo na this was because of Twitter. So for me to see Twitter wasona fightiana, it's actually sad. Mpaka inafika level naanza kushindwa, like have these people been paid to kill? Because unachiki sasa hiyo nikikwambia hatuko sure mpaka hata juu ya GAITHO, because GAITHO ana fight wasi afai kufight mpaka unashindwa au mseme lipwa a fight. I don't know, like I'm confused.
Like wale watu wenye walikuwa nataka tuonge with their own voice, when they started doing that, then they started attacking us. Because even ukiangalia sentiments anani alai
like, but Alai is a politician, no ni ODM. Alai, as soon as walijua Baba is negotiating, they had to all fuata. But unajua saa we are talking about civilians.
Even Oguda, even Oguda.
GAITHO, I think he didn't believe like other people could do it. Sijui kama ni jealousy, because you don't understand.
Yake si understand. But kitu moja bring up interesting ni Oguda. Because Oguda still part of Nyinyi?
No, you know what happens in such journeys? Kila mtu atashukia stage yake.
Yeah.
No, Oguda yake ilikuwa ya mkate nusu. No, he has found his stage, wacha ashukia hapo. For the rest of us Kenyans who are going to suffer in the future is very cloudy.
Yes.
A lot of shit is going to happen hii ni mi hata nasikia wase wakisema ati wana feel discouraged. Nashangaa sana. Mnadhani kugeuza serikali is just something we wake up one day and you know it can happen in one day, yeah?
Yes.
But we all need to come out massively, like the Bangladesh way.
Yes.
But nini mko tu hapo saying kesho tuko streets, and now when we come out nyinyi mko nyumbani mkiuliza nani yako tao, nani yako tao. Such things ndo zinafanya hii process ikuwe mrefu. But I'm sure in the future, the way the future looks, sisi hatukuwa tumefikishwa mwisho kama Bangladesh.
Yes.
Sisi tulikuwa tumefikishwa around at approximate it to 80% or 75%. Bangladesh walikuwa wamefikishwa 97%. Ni either you go back, you go into the front, or you die. Hakuna umefika threshold.
Yeah.
So they pushed. Sisi tuko 75, tunaenda tukisonga hivyo. The moment tutafika hiyo nao, tutafika hiyo threshold. Hapo ndo sasa hata nyanya kila mtu ataamka tuende maandamano. We are tired of this shit.
Yeah.
Ruto must go home. So all I'm saying is kuna wase wanaona ni kama sisi tunasumbua tu, especially the Gen Xers.
Yes.
Au wenye wana tu hatuna kazi ati tunasumbua tu serikali and the boomers.
Yes.
Wajone wase wamezoea suffering. Mpaka when they see people opposing suffering, they wanashanga nini umzee anafanya. So you just sit down and suffer with us. Sisi tolerate bullshit. So come and tolerate this bullshit with us. I mean, that's how we have been doing this, so that we can have peace. But the whole time they are cowards. They don't to wanataka kukula but hawataki kuosha vyombo. Yeah. So there's that.
Okay. Na nini, so if I was to take you back to isi kukichapwa, did you feel like it was worth it? By that time, do you feel like it's worth it when you're going through it? Because at some point, you feel like so you have to go through the phase of regret, like damn, because you're not sure if you're coming out alive. Sindio? Mkiwa kwa lori mlikuwa sure mnarudi alive kweli?
Tulikuwa shaanza kuchapa hesabu. Kwanza unajua time ndo wale waswa mukuru walikuwa naishwa kwa magunia. Yo previous night ndo tulikuwa tumeona hizo news zote. Sasa tukasema tuendete. Whatever will happen. Mimi I think nimefika level siogopi kifo. Sasa hawezi nitishia ati utaniua bana. Labda unitishie. I don't think sijui nini unaweza nitishia nayo sasa, because I think death inakuanga the climax of danger. There's nothing above there. I think nimefika hiyo level. So kama ni kukufa, it's okay. I mean, we all die.
Yeah, I know that. And so by the time even they are breaking your phone, do they know wanna break Polo Kimani's phone? Ama they just a protester's phone?
Well, these guys have no clue whatever is going on in Twitter. At least majority of them don't have any idea. Anu wasi hata wanatolea ngoa Bomet huko, you know, the rurals. Wanaletwa Nairobi kujeni mpambani nao raia.
So wewe wakikuchukua hako najua ni wewe?
I mean, kwani mimi nani?
Zizi unajua, cause Twitter, I won't lie to you. You guys, that's why I was even against when I was hearing you guys saying we don't have a leader, we don't have a what. It was making me feel bad, and we'll talk about that. Because I felt like you guys were leaders within yourselves. It's just that mlikuwa mnaogopa mkisema we are the leaders, people will be pissed and people will think mtalipwa ama, which is bullshit. But niko na feel like by the time una grab seka Polo Kimani, you need to be knowing this guy ataniletea shida because people are going to tweet. But si atujali, we are just still picking him up. Because najua tweeting iliwasaidia. Yo, like free. Najua inasaidia because now the government ikona, they want to kill you but they can't kill you because they need to. Unaelewa? They need to, wahataki ku-escalate the situation.
Oh, I see.
So, according to her, hako na kujua?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't say juu sasa unajua walienda wakatupeana huko. But the mistake I made pale Central, nilienda nikapeana jina zangu zaidi. Unajua mimi siiti Polo Kimani at least. Polo ni ilikuwa jina yangu ya kisanii. But now it's like my, you know, social name. So nikaenda nikapeana Kimani Williams. Na wasema nakam kutafuta my lawyers and my people wanakuja kutafuta Polo Kimani. Kuna kuwa na confusion.
Okay.
So hapo I think that's one of the reasons nililala Central. But sidhani walikuwa najua ni mimi.
Okay. Na we mlikuwa freed bado na Faith? Was Faith involved?
LSK lawyers were involved.
Because unacheki history ya LSK ina bring back to nilikuwa nakwambia hapo mbeleni story za Crazy Nairobi. Because remember pia LSK were involved. Umeona? So nilikuwa na feel kama nyinyi wenyewe mka so much distrust was brought amongst nyinyi because of this one situation ya Osama mpaka you started cannibalizing yourselves. Mkaanza yani nyinyi wenyewe kwa wenyewe. But more than that, leadership. I think I even joined a Twitter space yako. And nikabonga juu ya mna need leaders. I'm not wrong. Memory yangu gambaya but nakuwa ni join Twitter space yako moja. Kumbuka? Ama umesahau? Uligongwa kitu ambako ukasahau. Buda nilijoin Twitter space yako. Kuna space fulani ulihost. I don't know we were talking about what, and I actually joined and nikasema I felt like you people needed leaders and you needed to identify leaders amongst yourselves.
We don't need leaders. What for?
The reason why I felt like that is you see like you believe in the cause. Yes?
Yeah, I do.
And since you believe in it, you need to convince other people why this is necessary. And that's why leadership starts. It's not about fancy cars and an entourage. Because I think we've come to associate political leadership na muheshimiwa. Hatujakam kuassociate na people who just like this is what we need to do. So mi kwa nasema like you are a leader within the movement, yes? Even at some point Osama was a leader within. But vile tu ulisema kuna watu watashukishwa. Stage si kila mtu ataenda mpaka mwisho. Gabriel Oguda was a leader within the movement. Nikuwa nasema GAITHO, nikuwa nasema HANIFA, nikuwa nasema so all these people who are really vocal akina Amerix walikuwa like hii serikali lazima ikuwe accountable for 1, 2, 3 things. But nyinyi wenyewe mkaanza kuambiana we don't need a leader. Sashida we don't need a leader is anyone can wake up leo asemeni aje kesho tukuwe na protest. Alafu iko like tunadu protest juu ya nini? Ruto must go. It becomes ambiguous, yes? And when it's like that unaona kuna wasona stay at home wako we don't need this. Tulisema reject finance bill, si wote tukatokea. Let's retreat. Leaders, what do we do next? Next ni reject the CSs, then we go. But ilikuwa like anyone could have woken up. Mimi ninge wake up na nitengeneze poster na niseme ni aje occupy blah blah blah. Alafu kila mtu, so I felt like that's
no, that is what happens. Sasa tunakuwa na dialogue. Hivyo ndivyo kunakuwa na dialogue. Because hata I remember Utero out of nowhere he comes out with a list of demands. Sijui these are our demands. I go in and tell him, Utero, nini unafanya? We are not moving like this. Ukifanya vitu kama hizi ni poa come to consult sisi wa Kenya wote. This is not your movement. So he goes ahead and deletes it. Kuna hiyo ni dialogue. Hakuna si ati just because now we have leaders that they are now what we need is representatives.
Yes.
Tukishakaa chini to discuss maneno inafanywaje. Unaonaje? Mimi naona hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. So wewe ndo waambie hivyo tumediscuss. Is that okay? All right. Mambo ya leaders, it's a lot of bullshit. It's an angle the government wants us to move with.
Niaje, huu ni Rapcha the Scientist hapa hivi live and director. Kabla show iendelee, remember Rowan and Cut 3, Rapcha the Scientist, Rowan and Cut 3 sai iko live pale hivi IKONINI.LIVE. Ingia pale ni only 500 shillings.
So okay, but now the question would be if the Gen Zs come up today and they say Polo Kimani is one of our leaders, why do you think you'd sell us out? Because hapo nilikuwa nafikiria you'd sell us out. Because if you believe in your principles, it should not matter. It should be like, this is what I believe in. Government mesema nini, sisi tumereject ama CS wenyu, and there's nothing you can do to convince me that these CSs are right for Kenya. And I stick by that. This is my principles, these are my... But nyinyi mnabonga ni kama, as soon as tumesema Polo Kimani is our leader, Ruto akikam tu ambe, ni aje buda switch 20K. Hautako, zizi, Ruto must...
No, the people... Mimi ukiniambia, you're talking about leadership, it's like a candy, unalamba tu hapo ukisikia mzuri. Yeah, leadership ni ngumu, bro.
Yes.
That's the leadership we're talking about.
That's what we That's why we are talking about.
My nini is, where does the word, good leadership come from? There are no leaders.
Yeah. kanyi wenyewe mnaogopa
if because unasema like you want
Hatutaki.
Ogopa.
It's
do
more
you want good leadership? Yes,
we definitely want good leadership,
but you must have leaders, good leaders
Yeah.
for it to make sense.
but I think it'll come to that point when it comes
Yeah.
but don't you think it's going to be too late we angalia for Ruto to be president alianza kucampaign 2013
sisi hatukampeni ni movement ya
Sikiza,
kutoa
sikiza,
serikali.
sikiza.
Uh-huh.
You do know this is a political movement, right? Ama you're still in denial that this is economic.
This is a national movement.
But is it a political movement?
In what aspect? Abu?
What are you fighting for?
You're fighting
Good
for
governance. Is
yeah.
good governance political or not?
I mean, it could be, it can be, and it
See,
cannot be.
the denial. And this is kuna kitu moja nilisema unajua nini and I hope understand niko much older kushinda uko ushafikia 30 ya kweli fika 30 almost 30 si ndio so kuna kitu moja and I'll excuse you for this but politics in Kenya has been demonized so much that nyinyi wasiwa young even when you're involved in politics hamjui mko involved in politics this whole movement was political. The only reason Kenya is poor and America is rich is because America has better politicians than Kenya. Kuna the infamous clip umekuwa ukisikia vile akina Ruto wamekuwa wakituambia that we were once like Singapore, we were once like nini. Umechekile clip ya Singapore ile the leader anasema at before you become a politician, number one, you have to be honest. Acheki. So this has been a political movement from day one. And what you people are asking for mkisema mnataka better governance basically kile mnasema ni mnataka better politics. That's all it means. I think ni ilikuwa nani ile alikuwa na teach umse wa states anaitwa Fred Hampton Fred Hampton usemaga ni politics is war without bloodshed. War is politics with bloodshed. You understand? So politics is war without bloodshed and that's what started. Remember sisi tuko tunaenda kwa streets, we were politicking, then the government decided to take it to war, wakaanza kudedisha watu acheki. And I feel like mkisha understand that this is political, mwache hiyo denial, that's when we are going to go ahead. Because mkisha understand ni political utakuwa like ni aje, jina yangu ni Polo Kimani and I want to be one of your leaders. So sitakuwa zizi itakuwa like sawa. Then Casmuel will stand up. Casmuel will want to be one. Then tunachukua out of all these people, who do we want to be our leader? Tunawachagua. Alafu wao wengine, since you believe in the movement, you still stay as part of the movement and then you change. We start changing the country. But as long as even you, as someone who have taken as one of the leaders of this movement, as long as we mwenye haujui that it's politics, I'm worried. Buddha, this is politics.
No, Mimi, I'm not even interested in the
Political leadership.
Yeah.
But this is a political movement.
Sure. Whatever you call it, Muff. As long as good governance is involved and the constitution is being followed accordingly, that's all we demand.
But sasa wase kama nyinyi mkiogopa.
Hatuogopi, mi siogopi.
Sisi, we kile umesema ni ogopi kifo. But unaogopa kuitwa leader.
No, siogopi, staki.
Hautaki kuitwa leader. Then if the people who are leading the movement don't want to be identified as the leaders, how is this movement supposed to? Because you're one of the few people who I know who actually believe in the movement. Yes, kuna wewe, kuna Hanifa, kuna Boniface Mwangi, kuna Casmuel, kuna Shad. Kustushaona Gabriel Oguda didn't believe in the movement. He just believed in ODM.
Hashagundua.
Gaitho, I'm 50-50. Because Gaitho fights the people who deep down unajua musema like if you're fighting the government and Abrams Mutai joins you, if you don't know that you've joined the government, then because Abrams amekuwa hapo akiwa fight unajua nini? Yeah, so the fact that wanaanza kuwa line na Gaitho should ask himself, on which side am I on, si ndio? So nyinyi as long as hamko ready kutuambia I'm your leader, wacha msaseme you don't deserve it, this is what you wanted from day one. Yes, leaders have to step up. Kwani akina Ruto na Raila walizaliwa siku gani? Buda zao walikuwa na makende 3 alafu mabuda zetu walikuwa na 2. Like you understand, like someone has to step up.
Yeah, like Ruto allegedly kuna rumors 40 is way to the top. Yeah.
Unatake so
wanasema tinikuwe leader.
Yes,
you should be.
because you believe in the movement and we need people who believe in the movement to inspire everyone else.
And what if I don't have the qualified,
You're not looking for presidency, so hujafikisha 35 years.
Yeah.
You're just looking for
representation.
We want
that's
better
what I
leaders.
said.
Yes.
Representatives.
Yes. And I'm telling you, you should be there standing to be one of the representatives. Why don't you feel like you're better than Moses Kuria? Why don't you think that you're better than Didmas Barasa? Like yani jina Didmas ni rasa mpaka jina yake iko na rasa ndani. Like why don't you think you're better than your rasa?
Didmas.
No, mimi the way I say it, na si ati najifanya ama nini. Story na leadership, I've been looking at it as a burden. So anyone who is willing to take that burden and is willing to work within the policies that have been implemented around that burden or leadership, yeye sisi achukue, si tutampea. As long as you are aware that ukianza ujinga, sisi ni wasi sahi tunakuangalia na macho zote.
So because with that in mind, then I'd ask you, how did you feel when kuna udem aligo viral? I don't remember her name, but there's this girl who went viral on the second day of the protest.
Mgani?
Ili akisema baba usikuje, you just stay at home, we are going to do this for you. Nakumbuka udem? Don't remember her name. When later they came out and they said they wanted to form a political party, nyewe tu mlijam kabisa. But they did say they were trying to to join the government. They just said they were starting a political party. Why were you people against it if you want other leaders? Because the leaders won't come from the moon. They have to come from Upper Kenya. A few people have to step up and be like, you know what? I feel like everything mnalilia, I can do it. Me siwezi kudanganya. Do I feel like I can make a political leader? Yes. Do I feel like I can win? No, because I'm an atheist. Na as soon as wasome jua mi ni atheist, hata hii nivotia. So that's the reason why I can't step up. But if someone nominated me, had come to your parliament, anaweza chachisha.
Wait, when an atheist?
Mwaga atheist. Yeah.
Who gives a shit if you're an atheist or not?
Kenyans give. Kenyans want you to lie to them like, you know what? Hii shida uko nayo, Mungu ndiye unajua ni vile ujakuwa ukiomba. Wewe piga tu magoti kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni, vitu zita change.
Now when you say that, hiyo ndio inanipianga hofu sana. It pains me that maybe the majority of the people we have in Kenya are not cognitive acumen yao iko chini kidogo. And that's the ones who might be
the majority.
Sisi in minority. I hope sijui, I'm not sure sijafanya hiyo statistics.
Yes, in minority. So sisi kazi yetu ni kuichilt. Unajua like tunapata leaders tunaichilt kidogo.
Yeah.
To the side of. So kuna hino nini, because there's this even nini ulipost you posted this on 11th ilikuwa jana. Yes, jana. On Sunday. Ilikuwa sasa kitu univunja moyo is knowing my voters card holds the same weight as that of people in rural areas like Nambale, Busia. Kuna siku chief alipeana ujumbe akasema wanaume wote waende wapimwe ukimwi juu serikali inataka kuwaletea mabibi kutoka Ukambani, wale yellow. Was on a Tuesday. Jamaa waliomba masuti, wengine wakomba pikipiki, wengine wakomba safari boots. They then all went and lined up at the center as early as 6 a.m. I'm not even joking. Sasa jioni kufika na mabibi hawakuja. Men of Nambale went to the OCPD kumuuliza kwani namna gani. Yeye alisema hajaisikia kitu kama hiyo. Now when you think about that, these are the people who are supposed to make decisions on the ballot box. Unavunjika moyo. Ni rahisi sana Ruto kuchukua miaka ingine 5 aki. So this is the reason why I'm saying, as long as guys like you who feel like this has to change are not ready to step up, then we are stuck in a loop. Because lazima, you have to believe you're a leader. Me, I personally believe I'm a leader. Do I believe I'm electable? No, I'm not. Because me, the first thing nasemaga ni musema, you have to let the average Kenyan voter knows that poverty is not normal. Because poverty has been normalized.
Yeah.
Then you have to let them know that they are not poor because of God. They are poor because of the politicians.
And weaponized,
Yes. Poverty has been weaponized. So hizi vitu zote. So that's why nasema, as long as Niam step up. Like, another question I'll ask you. Casmuel, show interest in running. If Casmuel was running, would you vote for him?
I mean, I would. From the way up to where nimemsoma and I've studied him.
Yes.
he has been making, he's very eloquent, he's very articulate. He has I mean he looks like he has intentions of pure, you know.
Yes. Okay.
But what happens now, you know, that's the same card everybody has used. Ruto ndio alikama hapo akasema hasla nini.
But Ruto had a track record, and his track record was ish. Wana believe Ruto aliuza kuku ndio afike hiyo level yake.
Hakuuza kuku, waliba hizi nini. Umeiba mob sana. Vaka ukianza kufanya hizo maudit zote, realize hata ile Eurobond iliibiwa. Ile ilikuwa surplus, I think 3.4 trillion.
Yes.
Walikula na nani. That's why even walikula na uhuni. That's why even saide ni tuko nao imeaccumulate to 11 trillion.
Yeah.
You know, it would be easier aseme hii pesa tulichukua loan. It is an odious debt. You know what an odious debt is?
Yeah. I'm assuming it's bullshit debt, ama? What does that mean?
No, it's more of a debt. Yenye ilichukuliwa, but unasema hii debt. Unajua initially mkichukua deni, loan, it's supposed to be kutumika, implemented in the countries, you know, infrastructure. But hii pesa ilitumika kwa it was used by the regime to benefit themselves.
Yes.
So hii kutusaidia, that is an odious debt.
Yes, ndio nasema. So mimi nikisema bullshit debt inamaanisha ni debt si lazima tulipe, si ndio?
Yes,
so nasema it's no benefit for the population, and it's a liability of the creditors. So ikosema the key to a loan embargo is a concept known as odious debt. Odious debt, by law in most countries, individuals do not have to repay money that others fraudulently borrow in their name.
Yeah.
So this money was fraudulently borrowed in the name of Kenyans, sindio?
Yes.
So if you are to do the audit, we'll find hii pesa iko kwa ma-accounts za say Eurobond, hizi mojinga zote. Yes.
So tuseme sisi hatulipi deni juu hii kutusaidia hii pesa.
Yeah.
But now the problem is
kutufikia hata
si hizi regime mbili ziligavana ido. So we have to pay it whether we like it or not, because haizi sema ni odious debt. Unasemaje pesa yukusaidia na wewe ulikuwa deputy wa jamaa. So you see now there's that conflict. Say I think imetoka kwa kuuza kuku. So a lot of money was stolen, I think more than 3 trillion between Ohunye and Ruto up to 2022. Without including now all the money that has been getting stolen in terms of our minerals that nobody had any idea we have. So domingi sana inapotea. And the Ruto, as the way he came, najua alikam tu kama maskini, sijui nilianza kuuza kuku, sijui nilikuwa nafanya nini. But these guys have a lot of investment.
Yes.
Nisikia hata ako na tenda hii ya kutengeneza maposto za stima.
Hizo si investment, hizo ni tender. I would not call a tender an investment, because kilo happen, ushaisikia like wewe saizi as a average Kenyan, if you get a tender ya government, and the government changes, do you know kuna probability you'll never get paid? The same thing in a county governments. Like a lot of people get tenders as the county, and if the county does not pay by election time, story yako kuisha. So, but do you think Ruto goes through the same? No, him is guaranteed of his payments. See, so I'd never call whatever they do investments. It's just, like, because the first thing in Afakwa, as a leader, you should not do business with the government, yes. The same government you are leading.
Conflict of interest.
Hapa Kenya unaweza pata county government, Nairobi county government, wameenda for a retreat at Weston Hotel. Wajibu?
Yeah. So do inarudi tu.
Yeah. So unashindwa kwa nini vitu zina nini? So but sasa lazima nikuulize, ushaenda kwa streets, ushapigwa hivi. What's the way forward? Is there a way forward? Is the movement dying? Because
nothing is dying, Marf.
That's what nakuuliza. Like what is it? Because hii post yako ilionyesha nikaa wewe mwenyewe pia una give up.
No, you know the way I tweet from people who understand me, ni msewa satire mbaya sana.
Okay.
Mi ni wa humor nini. But what is happening, we are literally trying to change the government, kubadilisha serikali. Yani tunasweep hao mzima. Bedroom nini kitchen.
Yes.
So our expected resistance but I didn't expect people to wapoteze motisha this early. Ni motisha tu imepotea, but
Okay.
I'm sure kutapata mahali watalight up the whole thing irudi tena. So what I expected ni what we are going to do, we are just going to find other avenues. So juu awase wametuchapia hii game inside, wacha tujaribuku. The next step should be, you know, the parliament is the backbone of all this. Tutafanya, tutaanza kutafuta awase. Kila constituency,
Yes.
tafuta MP wenu. Ambia yeye resign. You know, now when they have all resigned and we put in new people there, they can impeach the president. Because hata tukianza story ya recalling will take too long. How long are we going to take between now and 2027 to recall? Tutakuwa tumerecall also wangapi? No more than 10, to be honest.
Okay, but it will still be it will still be a good lesson, ama?
Lesson to what?
To the politicians to recall.
No. You know what is happening? 2027, me and you know, Ruto ataiba kura.
Yeah.
So unajua hivyo? We don't want that to happen.
Yes.
As long as we have weeded out all these guys, and 2027 we have a fresh new batch. That's why even the politicians are mafisi sasa wameungana. There's a quote that when you see now fisi zimeungana zikianza kusema we are going to take care of you goats well. Goats should start now mourning. So Raila and Ruto have merged.
Yes.
What is going to happen to because they know the political parties are coming to dead. Sasa kutakuwa story ya political parties. We are moving with something called meritocracy. Msee amesomea nini? Anafanya nini na nini? Is he anaweza patiwa job? All right. Kila mtu anavote, mtu anaona is more akona merit ina you know, ina align na hiyo job. So story na political hiyo ndio ujinga ilifanyika 2022.
Yeah.
Kila mtu hata kule Nakuru ndio walifanya ujinga mingi, wakashagua watu ovyo just because they were in UDA. Hakuna kitu inafanyika.
Yeah, the same thing na ODM wakani watu wa ajabu akina Obado.
Yeah. So now this time round, politicians know this is coming. A lot is changing. That's why you even see Jimmy has, you know, emerged.
Yes.
And people like utaona tu wengine because they know political parties are coming to death. Sasa itakuwa na nini, who means well for us. Hakuna cha umetoka kwa umaskini wewe, watu wa ujinga hapa. Are you qualified for this job? You know we voted for a guy who has a PhD in botany. And the same guy, by the way, is going around allowing people to use this. Yeye ndio anataka kupitisha hii nini, kuna hizo mabili wanadraftiwa.
Yes.
By the West. Kama kulikuwa na ya juzi ya ilikuwa ya nini? Ya sterilizing. Sijui ni ng'ombe ama nini. I can't quite remember.
Yeah.
But there was all that, sijui wanatoa androgen kwa mahindi. So that mahindi ikimea once years mia tena. So you see there's all that. Na huyo msee alifanya botany, si unafaa kuwa unajua vitu kaa hizo. But they don't care. So the next election itakuwa about meritocracy. Itakuwa about kila mtu anapewa fair trial, individuality.
Yes.
Such that even when they meet pale kwa parliament, kutakuwa na chapati zamani. So that's why hata nikisikia history ya political parties, to what end?
Okay. Because the political parties is because how would we run? To check hypothetical situation. Polo Kimani is running for MCA, sindio? I want to vote for him, yes? Ian is running for MP. I want to vote for him. Blah 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 is running for governor. Nataka kumvotia. It becomes easier if there's a few parties to remember than there are 200 parties to remember. Kusahau pia the average Kenyan pia ni illiterate. Una like, unajua. So that's why a party tunajua like this is the Gen Z party. Ni Gen Z party. Hiyo logo yake ninakaa hivi. But these are people who believe in certain ideals. Kuna chiki tukiangalia gava kama ya US, sindio? Akina George Washington, yes? They believed in something. Yes? So they came up with... So these were humans who believed in something. And I believe as humans who believe in something mkiwa wengi na nyi wote mna believe in the same ideals tunaweza ingia pale msemeniaje salary I need kuwa high hivi sitting allowance kuisha story ya spouse we na bibi yako and then mmalizane kwa bedroom kunaweza kuwa na hizo cause mna believe in one thing so this party ni kama vile UK kuna the Labour Party
Okay.
kuna the Conservatives kuna liberals na Republicans nini I feel like that's necessary so now there needs to be this new wave of
Change.
party and nini ile there are certain principles we believe in the betterment of the people not the betterment of ourselves and that's when the party comes into play so I think like we are demonizing parties because we are used to bullshit parties but what if we had principled parties because does this mean that in Kenya because even at China the Communist Party of China is it's a dictatorial party but it's very different from Chama cha Mapinduzi Communist Party will come up now we need to invest in science we need to invest in manufacturing we need to invest waka transform China Chama cha Mapinduzi umeche kijana wamearrest Tundu Lissu
Ole opposition one.
yeah TZ unaona so I feel ni kama tuna demonize parties for nothing a party can bring change
But you know now a party now inakuwa na hiyo monopoly yeah kama that is why it's why even Babu cannot Babu I feel like he wants to move a certain direction but he cannot because his party is
ODM
inamvuruta nyuma
but he has to risk akina Raila wali risk you have to risk it Ruto ali risk Ruto went against his political godfather Moi unaelewa
nakuelewa
so if they're not ready to risk
it doesn't have to be as complicated as you're putting it
me I'm making it very simple I'm making it parties because we sasa in your ideal situation ni kila mtu run with their own party kila mtu ana run as an individual how does that make sense because what's the government because you know as a government also as a president you can't change things alone you need the legislature the legislative sindio
yeah we do
so if you end up in a situation where akina Kimani Ichung'wa are still the majority and you're the president and them they believe in corruption they're going to impeach you you see
yeah,
so that's why mna need kuwa a party you need to be like a bunch of people who have principles and
plus
you
actually
believe
the first thing Ruto did was to buy every independent candidate
in- yeah
allocated to state house actually yes that's what they do the risk ya kuwa na an independent candidate in parliament ni leo ata stand for this alafu kesho ata
I know you see
signal
that's the
so what a
beauty
party
is.
does a party gives a legislature identity na pia akiwa pale he's representing the people and he's also representing the party
Yes.
naona so inam keep in check anaweza penda pale he wants to pass a bill because of his own personal agenda but then a party can recall him unaona hao watu wengine they just go rogue so I don't see any problem with a party that identifies that hii ni party yenye itakam kubring a new era hii ni party yenye haitakuwa ina condone corruption nacheki hii ni party yenye haitakubali bullshit bills zipass nacheki so there's a need of identity through a party
Alafu
it's very important
kitu fane ni
yeah
every time uendaga live those are people who believe in you so even if it's called the X party like there needs to be a party and hii
ama
party ina
go the
it
party
just believes in
Yeah.
good governance
Exactly.
Unajua? Hii ni party ina believe in good governance and who are some of the members of the party we have Polo Kimani we have Hanifa we have maybe Boniface Mwangi we have Casmuel we have but the fact that mume demonize party because this is how Ruto is going to beat us because Ruto anatuchapa na the fact that even someone like you who really believes in the movement you don't believe it in enough to think like as Kenyans of the same level of thinking as Kenyans who are nini let's start a party and let this party be about principles let it be about the betterment of us as a people not as single persons let this party be kumbuka hata mseka Magufuli even with Chama cha Mapinduzi hiyo jinga ili happen majuzi ya Murkomen kwenda Paris hainge happen anda Magufuli unajua hivyo
Magufuli alikuwa strict
yes hiyo ndio kitu nasema kwa nini because as long as wasi kama wewe hamfikiri a party is necessary. I don't think we are going anywhere. I actually don't think we are going anywhere.
Because hata Paul is speaking as a leader.
Yes, and he's afraid. Mpaka mimi ndo namwambia.
No, I'm not
Kuna
afraid.
zile
Come
vitu
on.
umesema by the way.
Unataka
Someone
kupatia msee
I
a believe in
represented.
the cause.
Yes.
You want to give
Yes.
you want to pass this mantle to someone else who does not believe in it. You actually believe in it. Mimi nimekuona hata nimekumbuka the day when I joined your space was ile siku ya Occupy State House. Nyinyi mlikuwa mnachochana mnataka kwenda State House. Mimi nilikuwa hapo nikisema Z. That's the day that I joined.
Ulisema zi?
Yeah, nilikuwa nasema Z.
Kwani ulisema zi?
Nilikuwa nasema Z because I felt like after we won on the 25th, I felt like we should have retreated because on 25th tulishinda, 26th akakuja mpaka ka reject finance bill yake. Mi sasa niko na 27th tukienda tutadedishwa wengi, alafu haita nini because the ultimate goal should not be to die. The ultimate goal is to live a better life. Yes?
Yeah.
So tunafaa ku retreat, then we think what are we doing next? Then and this is where now leadership comes on board. Because kuna kitu inaitwa dopamine. Dopamine niyo that happy hormone, yes? As soon as wase waliingia parliament kulikuwa nayo dopamine rush like alafu vile mse alikam akazusha tukamcheka jioni alafu by the next day akakam aka reject finance bill.
Yeah.
Dopamine rush yetu ikago high kabisa. And that's the same thing that happens when you're high ukikunywa sindio? So now we were drunk with that dopamine and we wanted more of it and we knew the way to get more of it is to make this guy resign. We forgot that we'd because kama tungeenda on the 27th angeshindwa kuhire guns because sasa ingekuwa wacha tungoje basa tukaenda 27th wakahire guns wakaona it works wakaendelea kuhire guns because now they knew the formula. But if we'd taken a sit back and then told people like niaje next week Tuesday tupatane protest then maybe Tuesday usiku tuambiane niaje kesho tusitoke, they'll still jazz up the streets because they expect tunatokea sindio? Then time ingine ikwe kesho tusitoke alafu tusitoke tukisema kesho tusitoke mara ya tatu most probably they won't expect then you school tunatokea. Achikio story kumwasema watu wanaulizana kama watu wamefika tao that actually helps then tunajaza. But sasa walienda hapo wametufigure out because your goons you have to transport them, you have to facilitate them before you have to, so you need planning. And if I'm 100% sure every Tuesday mko pale
Now the problem is
goons.
how do we all communicate to say this is just initangwaje
Kwa Twitter to live these people are stupid. Unajua zuru hii gava ni mang'ombe ndio zimejaa so tuna make sure tu hizi ng'ombe tukapo Tuesday night tunachochana ama after tukimaliza tunaulizana ama kesho tusitoke yenyewe kesho tusitoke.
No,
lakini
you know,
if they've deployed the police will still be in the middle of town wakikaa kama marasa ile time everyone is continuing with their business.
the problem is
Yeah.
we have NIS National Intelligence Service all over Twitter listening, monitoring.
Yes.
So how do you tell them this is just a decoy msiende without the NIS knowing? Because it's not like GSU uchukua simu wanajoin hivi. They are given orders from somewhere.
Unajua uzuri wa hii kitu ni nini? The fact that communication is immediate sindio Ian, so since communication is immediate we can pretend tunaenda protest na kumbe atuplan hata kuenda just to keep them busy because you see the government on its side haita risk kutopeleka makarau tao
So
itabidi itakuwa ikiwapeleka and then there's no one protesting. So you see now with time watakaka marasa then if we do that even 9 times by the 10th time ile time wamechoka fiti tuko kwa internet nasema niache situende because unajua logically hakunaga haja ya license ya kuprotest because even if you get the license si bado utachapatia gas kuna time washai acha kuchapatia gas juu kuna license.
in fact nikawa nakuanga wameboeka.
Yeah.
They have been waiting gas tutatumia siku gani yake.
Any
afadhali tu let's
any
do an illegal
maandamano
protest.
that is not pro government hii zingine wataallow like sijui justice for someone sijui this gender based violence whatever they will kama hizo madem lakini if it's anything on governance
Yes.
hey
atakagi story.
yeah you felt the whips for that we mwenyewe.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, nilikuwa na google nini hapa hivi qualities of a good leader niko nataka kusomea wakimani hapa na actually umesema no imepotea but it's ni zile tu attributes zote uko nazo
Niko na nini?
mwenye anafaa
You believe in something.
you believe in something
You preach it 100%.
through your spaces
Yes. always
you're calling for action true una give direction because umeshinda ukisema this is what we are supposed to do this is what you're supposed to do so hapo una give guidance so you've been actually
a leader.
being a leader without you calling yourself one.
Yes, but now you are afraid because leaders have been demonized and politics has been demonized so much that I was even in Vlumesema because me the first time ile nilibonga juu this being a political movement ilikuwa udem ilikuwa Nadia because Nadia Mukami and Aruboy were like some of the people they were frontline. I think walikujaga 18th 20th and 25th 3 protests nilikujaga protest moja peke yake alikuja 18th 20th and 25th. Yes, and I remember seeing interview and Nadia was saying this is not a political movement, this is an economic movement. And I remember nikimcorrect hapa nikisema money is political. The only reason Kenyan money is stronger than Tanzanian is because of the politics za Kenya. The only reason Somalia hakuna pesa because of politics. So tuna need to understand this is politics. Tukisha understand it's politics, kuna politics of integrity na kuna politics za Kenya. Kuna politics za kuziven angalia China will corrupt any country in the world except hao wenyewe.
Kwanza damage wanafanya wasi pale Congo. You know they own like 16 out of 19 of the biggest cobalt mines in Congo. Wase wanaemploy hadi watoi ndio wanaingia kwa hizo mashimo.
But who do you blame since the political leaders wa Congo? How do wameallow hiyo story?
They have corrupted them.
Yeah. So you see now integrity has to come in at some point. Like the leaders have to ask themselves, is it always about me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Ama can it be about the people? So now since umeamua hautaki kuwa leader, the only person uliona akisema he'd want to be ni Kasmuel peke yake na saa vile umesema Gaitho.
No, that's what I'm afraid of. More often history may prove those who want it are actually the worst compared to those who didn't want it.
Someone has to want it. George Washington wanted it. Because I always use America as an example. America is very good for American white people. Sindio? Yes?
In what aspect?
Like, if you're a white person in America, you can reach your wildest dreams.
Yeah, you can.
You don't have to deal with racism. You don't have to deal. So they created a country that's very good for them. Sindio? Singapore is very good for Singaporeans. Sindio? Yes? England is very good for the English. Yes? France is very good for the French. Why is it that Kenya cannot be very good for the Kenyans? And don't forget, all these countries have political leaders. Why? What makes our leaders different from Sisi? Unless unasema we are you saying that we are intellectually inferior? That means that we can never get a leader who wants it and is good for us.
No, what happened is the reason we are poor is because this whole system has been set up by the white man. Unajua hizi system zote hata syllabus ulikuwa unasoma primo. Hizo vitu zote ni walami wameandika. Ndio hata huko ona mahali kumeandikwa we have cobalt in Mbere or in Pokot because they don't want us to find out. So when we are chosen to move this direction,
yes,
we are literally changing everything. You understand?
Yes.
So do we have, what assurance do we have? I think you also have a point. Tunaogopa tumeweza kuwa fucked up so much mpaka tunaogopa the next person in line will also go the same direction. Now that's where I come in and say wase unaona wako njaa sana for this power ndio more dangerous.
Yes.
Because me and you know they have their own needs in the back pocket.
Skudanganyi, I'm always very honest. If you people gave me a chance to be your leader, I would take it. But I think I'd make a better leader than Ruto. But the fact that I want it, does it mean that I'm evil? No, I'm not evil. The only thing is, I know poverty is not normal. Poverty has been normalized in this country. Sindio?
Yeah.
Na alafu mi najua, I don't need billions to be happy. You know, like, I just need a comfortable life.
Unajua hivyo?
Yes. If I got a billion, would I stay away from a billion? No. if I got $1 billion, I'm taking it. But do I need to accumulate?
You
Like
know-
how many? Why do I need a helicopter? Like ushajiuliza hiyo story. Like ulisikia Ruto iko na 4 helicopters. Why the fuck do I even need 1 helicopter? What for? Where am I flying?
Nimejaribu kuelewa hiyo story and it all boils down to, I think kuna book inaitwa nimesahau jina yake but it talks about a goal post. You should have at least mahali unasema nikifika hapa no I'll stop kukuta hizi vitu zingine.
Yeah.
But now our problem with these guys is they don't have that. Leo akipata hii
Kesho anataka hii.
atumie kidogo anaboeka nayo, the desire goes up and up and up and up and up. It's like drinking sea water.
Yeah.
Kunywa sea water utadhani kiu imeisha, kumbe ninaongezeka zaidi. That's why even you find people like Joho alisema net worth yake ni 2.9 billion.
Yes.
That is
0.3.
that is underquoted. It's about 10 billion. But now he wants a job of a CS, which is a salary I think ni 900,000, which is very very high
Yes.
for such a position. But he still wants it. Why does he want it?
Selfish reasons.
Tunataka kuiba hapa hii sekta, kuna do mingi sana, so he wants to engulf it, wameze tu mdogo.
But you see that's why nakwambia kuna hawa watu na kuna watu musamaga. Mi shida yangu ni muwa na aibu achiki. Leaders wa Kenya wana aibu. Hii time kuna majuzi ile nilikuwa nimeishia States na ilikuwa sponsored na Iko Nini funds, and kuna video moja nilifanyaga nikirant and I was ranting about how leaders wetu, like nilienda kwa park fulani, it was something very small but I went to, kuna park fulani iko karibu na, iko Washington DC, karibu na zile ma statue, like the Lincoln statue, I don't know inaitwa the Lincoln Memorial, si ndio? And I remember naona tu adults playing like kids wajule wasi wanarushiana discuss, watu wana joke, and I remember looking at this nikonga America wanakuwaga na history at the pursuit of happiness ile like uko na nini, you're supposed to pursue happiness, live your life the best way you know how, and for you to achieve that we are going to make sure that we create jobs, we create what niko naambia wase vile niko natembea naona now hiring. I don't remember the last time I saw now hiring in Kenya, and this was so common. Niko nashinda hapa naenda Best Buy, naenda what alafu nikadidio rant nikisema like Kenyan politicians, they've made us accept poverty to a certain level that people are not happy. The last time
Actually,
two
hata
adults
jobs.
playing we saizi ukienda katikati, ukienda hata Uhuru Park uone 2 adults playing, unajua utafikiri wamechizi. But
Of
who
course.
told you that adults should not play? Because playing is healthy. Saizi ukianza kukimbizana na msee,
Inadepend tunacheza ni
sinakwambia like walikuwa wanacheza tu discuss tu hiyo kurushiana hiyo nini
wazee.
wasawapigi because we are happy, we are trying, because hii time tukirusha hivyo ukikimbia, what happens to your heart? You're keeping yourself healthy, sindio? But sisi tumekam, life ni hard mpaka full time uko like nicheze kwa nini na mimi ni mkubwa. That's why tuna date tu hapo juu haujaifanya any strenuous activity because you're always seated working for peanuts. Unajua literally peanuts, ile uspo tuna live hand to mouth. So tumekam tukageuka tukakuwa kawa nyama because you worry about food. Unajua it's only an animal that worries about food. Like as humans, food should not be something you think about umekaa chini uko, but that's the average African. The next meal like wagi guaranteed, sindio? So this level of mediocrity we have to fight it, and the only way to fight it ni kuona aibu. Mimi nikienda nikae chini na Meg Whitman aniambie tuende Kibera, I'll be ashamed of Kibera. Ruto will be happy to take her to Kibera. Mwisha tu ni pua, situpatie do to fight poverty, alafu iweke kwa mfuko.
You know what is happening?
Yeah.
We are not just fighting Ruto. We are fighting
Assistant.
third parties from each direction. Mpaka hizi unajua hizi loans anapeangwa huyu jamaa, kuna zile akinyimwa na IMF anaendea maglobal Shylocks. Wale instead wampatie yenye iko na interest ya 5%, leaders wetu wanaenda kusema sisi mkitupatia hii loan tutarudisha na interest ya 12 to 13, 10
ingine ya juni yetu.
So wanapatiwa hiyo. So awase wote, and one thing happens when Africa, Kenya or Africa as a collective unshackles itself from the pingu za awase wote, Africa ita rise very fast.
Yes.
You know, people say these things ni kama ni philosophy or anything. This is the reality.
Yes. Yeah.
because the West, that's why I keep saying the West cannot afford to have us on our feet. Tuko tumejisimamia hivi. We need to be depending on them so that they can exploit us.
Yes.
Both in minerals, because sahi kuna vingine na come. I'd call it an electric industrialization.
Yes.
Because sahi tunaenda kwa EV. Kila simu ni smartphone ni nini. All those raw materials they need ziko hapa Africa.
Yeah.
Ziko hapa, Africa, Kenya ni nini. So when I say we are not fighting just Ruto, we need to be ready for these guys.
Yes.
Because what happens is wanatuma terrorist, wanatuma army, ikuje wasaidie. In the whole commotion they are stealing more and more and more. So we need to be as ready for more political instability and other, among other things, if you're going to win this war.
Yeah.
Ni wanasema ati wame give up. Tunasikia discouraged. Hata hatujaanza bana.
Yeah, cause unajua nini? Kuna hii story vile umetoka kubonga jua nini? Unajua me this how I look at it. A lot of countries were colonized, si ndio? Even China ilikuwa colonized by Japan. Yes. You can only blame the colonialist to a certain level. At some point lazima mkubali. Sawa, you kama colonialist, if you'll be killing us, tuue tu. Nachikia vile Burkina Faso wametokea wakasema hatutaki stories za France tokeni, nini tokeni.
Yes.
So lazima tufike hiyo level. So for us, so vile umesema tunafighta ase, there are leaders amongst us who can get us away from this bullshit. Senegal silikuwa wasewa yang. Si walifukuza France pia, sindio? Walisema France do hivi, sindio?
Pia Bangladesh I think ni wase wa uni. Yeah?
So why do we believe that Kenya, those people don't exist? Because na feel kama saa zingine tukibonga, tunabonga ni kama Kenya hakuexist wasi who just want Kenya to advance. Umechiki kama, if I'm not wrong, Senegal president, he also decreased taxes, sindio? Ali decrease taxes bila aliingia. Yeah. Senegal taxes.
Because hata nakumbuka akisema, why should I be received by government officials every time I'm traveling? Ataona nisi off, alafu nikirudi. Unajua pia, unaweza shangaa like, when do they have time to actually do their own businesses?